Just connecting with my higher self and asking for sort of, is there any guidance, etc. And I was just told that the Aucturians wish to connect in with me. The Aucturians are the gatekeepers, the knowledge keepers I'm hearing. They have news. They wish to share with you what will be next within your Earth experience. There are times ahead which will be hard. Many people will suffer. As you know, suffering is all within the mind. As you dream your experience within the mind of God, you will choose your experience and are doing so with every waking moment. You will witness suffering and you will be here to alleviate it. Your guidance will be invaluable. This is why you chose to stay. Many people will transition and move to higher levels of consciousness within what some people call the 5D realm. You did not choose to stay and help the collective in these final days, but you did. You always knew you were one of the final ones to remain here on Earth, and it was your choice to come for just these times. And as you are here, we wish for you to remember that the suffering is not a permanent state, it's merely a stage, and all of you will ultimately pass on to bigger and better things. This is why we said to you to have a hypnosis session, because we wish for you to see the positive outcome, the light at the end of the tunnel, to lift your spirit in these coming times of change, what could be termed trauma. You're seeing many people feeling desperate, suicidal, suffering. Ultimately, they may turn to you for help. But you can only be a guide. You cannot pull them out of their suffering. This they have to do themselves. Don't think you're responsible for them. Just do all that you can to support. And it will be their choice when this period ends. As with your own troubles and tribulations, in a way it is all perception.
So I was being told that I had a book in my hands and a bag on my back. And I look young, I look like a young female, I'm golden, glowing. My hair's kind of blonde, tied up in plaits and tied up in knots with the plaits. It's very soft. It's a warm day. The sky feels like a pinky mauve blue. It's warm and it's beautiful. It's very green and lush, I feel. And I feel happy. I'm happy to be here. Calm, peaceful, happy. Just walking along. I feel like I have a bag on my back. A little book in my hands. It's the book of life. Not just my life, but everybody's life. I have all of the knowledge here at my disposal. Anytime that I want to view it or read it, I can gather all the information that I need just by going back to this book. It looks golden, almost like it would be a leather-bound book with golden scrolls and twirls and buttons on. But you don't need to read the book. You just place your hand on either side of it and you can absorb all of the information that you need from that. The bag on my back feels more like angelic wings. Angelic, it's everything that I need is with me. So it's kind of telling me where I am, Everything is being carried with me that I need. Not necessarily like a bag that we would think of, but it's kind of like in this place, everything that we need is already with us. That's what the message that they're trying to tell me. But it's like that sense of having everything and being prepared, because you know that you always have that with you and you're always carrying it. So I'm just placing the look in that bag on so golden, more energetic than anything else. Singing inside, it just feels very light and bright and beautiful. If I'm going to a city in faraway distance, I'm sort of getting the sense that my soul family's there waiting. I'm just really happy to be seeing them soon. Waited a really long time to be in this place. Eons and eons of lifetimes on Earth. To finally reach this destination. It was a long, emotional, sometimes traumatic journey. Many lifetimes of cold. All of that's written in the book so that at least we never forget. But we don't need to connect with that anymore because we are placing that into the library for the future reference if it's ever needed, but it's not going to be needed here because we have ascended. We've ascended out of those darker realms. And there's a huge sense of relief at that. We're just able now to reach our hands up to the sun to absorb that light. And that gives me warmth and joy. We are free at last. I'm just going to follow this road along. I've just been told that I'm going to a city. And I feel there's people around me. So it almost feels like people with carts and horses. It's got that sense. People sort of greeting each other. People pleased to see each other. It's just a real friendly, warm air. Everyone just feels like they're singing inside, buzzing, joy, carrying that joy vibration. That's what it is. It's the vibration of joy and love. Everybody feels so at peace here. There's people just going about their day, children playing on grass. It's quite relaxed. It feels like the olden times that everyone's very much of this golden energy. It's like in the olden times, people were quite dirty and poor, sometimes hungry. There's none of that. There is great abundance and connection with the animals and the birds. I can feel them also here in the same sort of vibration of joy and peace. I've arrived at a mountain. It feels like I'm just getting a sense of a big cave opening in front of me. It's almost like a plateau, like a shelf right up at the top of the mountain. And then in front is like this big opening. It feels dark inside. I'm getting a sense of a dragon. And the sense of a purple dragon. I felt a little bit scared for a second because of my preconceptions of the purple dragon from past life regressions that I've seen before was like a bit negative, but I just get this sense that it's running out and really pleased to see me and it kind of wants to hug me. It's like we want to hug each other. We're hugging each other. But it's kind of more of an energy hug. Like energies combined. It feels like we swirl together. Good jumping onto the back of this dragon. Feels like we connect. Like so it's going to take me for a flying. We're going to fly around. We're just taking off and we're just flying through the air. It's almost like we connect as one. It wants to show me the lands, the sea. I felt Lemuria. It's the ocean. It's like the turquoise, the beautiful sand. It's just showing me everything here. It's like the most beautiful tropical beach you can imagine. All of that's returned. The warmth, temperate climate that's just perfect, just not cold, not hot. No need for suffering any longer. It's just warm, and everything that we would need would be provided. It's just here. It's almost like it's tropical. There's coconuts, there's fruit. I feel like everything just is here, readily to hand. We're going down to the beach, landing at the beach, put my feet in the warm sand. I feel like there's ladies here. Feels like they're laughing. Feels like ladies with their hair tied up like me. They always remind me, they look like the people that I knew when I came from Sirius. So this is my Syrian family of light. Feels like they're familiar, just like the divine feminine. We used to work together in the Syrian, on the planet of Syria, in these internal caves where there was crystals, and we used to work. We were like Lyra and Descent. There were like cat beings that could transmute between human and cat form, like white fur with grey spots, white tigers type things, little leopards. And these are them. These are those people. They kind of look similar. They've still got the same floaty white dresses on. And it's almost like we're all sort of giggling and just so happy to be together again. We're like in this group. We all look very similar, holding hands, sharing stories. But it felt like to be alone. Not anymore. Not here. All this wow. That feeling of joy to be shared. There's no need to ever be alone again, feel alone. That's not what this experience is about. We're not going to learn through suffering in this place. We're going to learn to create. I get the sense of the music playing. So everyone's going to connect to their gifts, whatever they are. So be it building, making, music, communicating with the animals, singing, whatever brings you joy, swimming, flying with the birds. We're primarily energy beings, but we do have physical form in a way. It's more of a light body. That's why I was seeing the light. But it is a body. We're not just etheric. So we are still connected to nature, connected to we can feel the warmth. We can feel each other. We can feel vibrations and communicate with the animals just through a feeling, through the frequency that we are. So we're frequency beings now here. I feel like I felt like the avian being was there. Like the blue bird being. That is Daniel. Daniel feels like he's there. Feels like himself almost, but he's laughing. He's got his partner with him, the woman that we saw together now. They're properly together. They're just hugging each other. They're so pleased to see each other. The time was right. Time is now. It's like all old friends are reuniting. All these people that we've been promised we would be with these relationships that we wanted to feel complete. They're all here now. We want to experience them. Nothing is holding us back anymore. It's the new earth. We knew the time was coming. I feel like I'm myself. I feel like my hair is quite grey, curlyish. They're kind of a bit tired and cold. But the outside world is quite chilly. I'm getting a sense of snow, but we're snuggly, we're inside. It's like getting a sense we're in like a roundhouse, almost feel a bit like old-fashioned grimy, a little bit. Like we've built our own dwelling places. But one is it's very warm and cozy inside. There's a fire, it's snug. It's quite nice. There's a sense of community. There are people here. I'm told this is the community that you built. So I'm pretty old though. Maybe 70, 77. 77 was my last day on Earth before the flash, I'm hearing. So we have this community that we built in Pembrokeshire, the Pembrokeshire Hills. Built houses in under the earth, in the side of the mountain, maybe, or just round houses from stone. Kind of built these things ourselves. We forged it out of the earth. Came together. People just gathered. They felt the need for one another. They wanted community. And those people that wanted to build community just magnetically drew together, rejected the Western world, or rejected the digital world. We just wanted to connect with nature. It's what we were drawn towards, how we wanted to be. We wanted to be deeply connected to nature, and just to turn off the technological world around us. We rejected it further and further. We drew back away from society and all of that type of thing. It wasn't where we wanted to go. It wasn't what we wanted to experience. So we found each other. We found this peaceful place. There were many groups like us that we just withdrew and found that inner peace. Just grew vegetables and survived. Slightly had animal skin and animals, and we just kind of created our own world within a world. It's how we connected to source, just by being away from negative frequency and vibration. So we were starting to sense vibrations and things. Some people were always able to, like the autistic children, they knew that they were a magnet for all frequency, good and bad. So they had to surround themselves by good frequency. And I think these mountains, the stone within it held a frequency. I think that's why people got attracted to certain places. The crystalline nature of the ground beneath called us to it. In this place in Priscilli, these stones were special. That's why the blue stone of Priscilli was used for the original Stonehenge that was here. The blue stone has the blue frequency, the blue planet that I originated from, the Lyra-Sirius, Syrian star, Lyra of descent, but Syrian. The blue frequency in this place just resonated with that frequency, and I could connect with my Syrian family from here. It just drew all of us. It's almost like we were the Syrian collective almost. We were drawn together, came together here, found each other, and we felt at home with each other. When we came together, we just felt like we'd come home. And our frequencies together were stronger. We lifted each other up. Because people are important. People say that we need to find our peace within, and that's true. We need to be happy and content with ourselves, primarily, first and foremost. But community is why we came to Earth, why we came to have this experience. And even on the new Earth, community is so important. Don't dismiss this. It's what brings you good frequency of one another. It's just together you vibrate higher. And that is why when you do these sessions with someone else, together you vibrate higher, because double the vibration is you're amplifying. The vibration amplifies when you come together, you vibrate higher. The two together just resonate together and create that own music together. Your music together is you're more than the sum of your parts. You create this magical frequency. You create magic together. And that is why we were drawn to this place where the land, we were vibrating in frequency much to the land and also with one another. And that's why it felt so good to be here. Felt like we'd come home. So even though we still had to live through some dark, cold times, the outside world wasn't so hospitable, we created warmth within. So it's like these warm places within. It was cozy and we had tea and we laughed and we found love. We found a loving, peaceful place to be. The end times. It feels like outside got really stormy and cold. The earth was going through her own metamorphosis, so she was rejecting the negative frequency. She was almost trying to shed it off, wash it away. A lot of rain, a lot of water, storms, dark days. But one day, the rainbow, seen a rainbow, we saw a rainbow and we knew it was a sign. We knew it was the right time. We knew it was time to go. And we walked together towards the sea. What I'm seeing now, I'm being shown a cliff top, and it feels like I'm back in Cornwall. Feels like I'm in St Austell, looking out to sea there, with the sun shimmering on the ocean. That beautiful light that you get when the sun shines and the ocean's there. Sun shining on the ocean just creates this beautiful shimmering haze. And it feels like this pink. And it's blue, but it's just a pink, warm energy of that sun shimmering on the ocean. This the energy rolling in. It felt like this was the energy of the event. The event that was prophesized was this shimmering, vibrating frequency, and it came from the water, came through the water, and we are water. And that is how these waves came through us. Came through everything that is water. Water is the carrier of life itself, it's the essence of who we are. Water carries frequency. The frequency spread through. It came from there. It comes from source, but it came from the grand central sun, the center of all that is, emanated out like a clarion call. This was a frequency that was sent out, and it went through the water, and I saw it, and it just looked beautiful. I feel like I just laid down and let these frequencies just wash over me. It was a huge vibrational shift. Felt like it just made me feel quite sleepy. I just laid down and just feel like I relaxed into it. This beautiful light. And what I'm seeing is, as this frequency washed over me, I see my body lays down and I see my light body rise up out of my body. Almost like I leave that old body behind, and what steps out is the light body. So almost like if your spirit was passing on, but I slowed down to have a little rest, and then it's like this young Lyran looking, not Lyran, like the Syrian woman that I saw myself on New Earth as. It was her that stepped up. So I got quite old and grey, and this young woman steps up. It's like we're back into our pristine youth, but I never looked like this in this lifetime, really. But taller, younger, just very beautiful, actually. I don't suppose I ever felt truly beautiful in this body. I mean, I don't feel unattractive, but just felt very much like just truly stunningly beautiful and tall and just confident and light. My skin is light. I'm made of light. This is my light body. This is who I am on a galactic level. And that is the version of me that I become as this transition takes place. And as I transition and leave my old shell behind, I sort of feel that the earth is a vibrational match for me in my light body. I feel myself. The earth is kind of like, it's almost like I feel like there was a movie. No, what was that movie? It was the two movies that I've seen where in the distance there's this shimmer and you pass through the shimmer and then you're into a new world. That's what it's like. That shimmer, that's the passing through into the new world, into the new earth. This vibrational liquid light, shimmering sort of layer that you almost as you pass through it, and then you're entering into this higher vibrational place where everything, you can feel the vibration. The vibration is higher. It's like everything is resonating with a different frequency, and that frequency is that much higher. It's like you expand into it, just merge with it. Everything is different as you raise up out of your physical vessel into your light vessel, and you you then merge through this layer almost. You sort of go through the veil almost. This veil is like this iridescent glow. That's what it's like. That's the transition. And I'm just going to ask my higher self, so showing me that we've got many years left ahead. I'm being told this is so. So we have to, what is the purpose for that? Give everyone time to really choose who they want to be and complete their life lessons. And just all of the experiences that they wish to have here on earth. You wish to build community, and that's what you will experience. You've felt sadness at not having your soul family around you. And so one by one, you will come together and you will make these moves. The 77 seems very old, but if you think you're already 53, so it's 24 years, that's enough time. Yes and no, I'm being told. Time is passing much more quickly now. Each year sometimes only feels like 5 minutes. So though it's many years, it'll pass much more quickly than you think. It's time. It's but an illusion. It's back within your hands, within your control. It's been manipulated by the powers that be above you for millennia. But a lot of your healing of the land has been to do with the healing of time, the reclaiming of your own time. You take back your time. You've been healing the land. I'm seeing all these green energy lines going through. You opened up the land, you reawaken the dragons. Dragons were there waiting. The actual dragons waiting to greet you on the other side. You awake from that slumber. Dragon energy lines, veins running through the land. And these were the points that you came to. Strong energy resonant points. And these energy lines. So the earth was awakening. So it was like these, I'm seeing these pink background with purple lines. And it was like this was under the earth surface. So even though everything on the surface looked quite dull and dark, this energy was spreading underneath, hidden. We could sense that, and we knew that it was coming. We knew that as above, so below, what was happening below was going to then be reflected above. And that's what this shimmering pink, purple type of warm glow, we knew that eventually it was spread and the earth would be transformed. And it was. So it's like the light on the ocean, it's all a part of this. The light shining on the ocean, you need to be close to that, because these frequencies are coming through now through the water, and it's going to start the process of transformation. You need to be near the ocean, this light, this beautiful resonant light. It's part of the transformational process. You need to be within it every day.